right, 10:02 on a fan. What's happening? This is the Tiki Tierney Show. Tiki, I would like to inform you, Tiki,
Yes.
that I'm about to do something that not enough people do in sports radio. I'm coming with solutions. Rather than just complaining and whining and yelling, I would like to assure everybody today that I have constructed the perfect roadmap for the Yankees to get back to being the Yankees.
The perfect roadmap.
The perfect roadmap.
This is what they need to do. This is what Brian Cashman, presumably, Brian Cashman, who didn't yet to have a contract, and Hal Steinbrenner needs to sign off on, and Aaron Boone needs to execute once the hot stove. Is it hot stove?
It's a hot stove.
Yet?
It's absolutely a hot stove.
Yet? I mean, it's not really free agency yet. 4 days away or 3 days away, whatever it is. This is what they need to do in order to get back to Yankee ways. Not the Yankee ways of winning 100 games and getting to the wild card and getting knocked out in the second round, but Yankee ways of getting to the World Series.
Correct.
I see.
So, before I lay it on you, I think, first of all, there's a fundamental problem. Everybody seems to be a little too fixated on what additions the Yankees will make. And to me, this offseason starts with who they delete as much as who they add.
Why deletion?
Well, because
as opposed
certain
to
guys
addition? I mean, obviously the addition has got to be Aaron Judge.
Go.
But why deletion and not addition?
I'll tell you why. So, well, listen, this is all starting with Judge, of course, and hopefully it comes to fruition. Their first order of business is that no matter how much Brian Cashman lied to our faces last Friday and told us how the numbers were favorable for Josh Donaldson, we watched him play all year. He's done. Donaldson's got to go. That's number one. Number two, his pet project, Aaron Hicks. Oh, he's a switch hitter. Oh, he can run. Oh, he's versatile. He's done. Has to go. So you start with Donaldson going, and you start with Hicks going. And once they are gone, now you can get into the process of additions, all right? I'm going to lay it out for you. Mm-hmm. Now, again, this is all under the guise of you have to sign Judge. So let's just assume that Judge resigns. Maybe a big assumption, but let's assume he stays.
Okay.
All right. The next thing they need to, I think you're going to really like this. I really do. Like,
I'm waiting.
Well, you know, I got to present it in a theatrical way, buddy.
You know, it up.
Got to have a little radio foreplay here. Take it easy.
I'm trying to think of the mitigation. Should Aaron Judge not sign?
No, we don't want to think about that today.
And this thing gets all blown up.
That's a totally different conversation. Then there's no hope. All right, so assuming Judge stays, you sign Correa.
Okay.
All right, he's not your shortstop. He's playing third. All right. You resign Benintendi.
Really?
Well, hold on.
All right, go ahead. Keep
Questions can be filed. Complaints will be addressed in a moment.
Where's my pen? I need to write down.
You need a pen?
I got one.
I got my legal pen. Are you good?
Yes, I got
one. Because
one.
this is the roadmap. I'm dead serious. Right. So you sign Correa. You re-sign Benintendi. You re-sign Rizzo. Obviously, Judge, big piece of the puzzle. Now, you trade Gleyber Torres. Mm-hmm. I'm done with Torres as well. You trade Gleyber Torres for a young, lively, starting pitching arm. I'll let them identify that arm. I'm giving you the concept. They get the player. And then here's what happens. Peraza and Volpe, they enter camp in a shortstop battle. No, I'm dead serious.
Okay.
The winner.
I was going to say, what happens to the loser?
I'm going to tell you.
Go ahead.
I got an answer for everything with this, Teak.
I'm seeing it.
Opening day
winner. I'm supposed to wait to the end. My bad.
That's all right. The winner's going to obviously play short. The loser goes to second. All right? You got Correa third.
That makes sense.
You got Correa third. I'm thinking Peraza probably wins it defensively. Volpe a better hitter at second. Rizzo at first. Now, the domino that falls from this is that, there's two aspects. Number one, the Yankees can and all due respect, 'cause I do respect him as a player, but you can no longer enter the season saying, well, DJ LeMahieu batting first. No, he is old, he is brittle, and he is nowhere near the player that he was. Now, there's a couple of years to go on his deal, and I like him because he is a pro. He's a good clubhouse guy. He's a steady heartbeat. I'm not looking to get rid of him, but you cannot bank on him. So, if let's say Volpe loses the shortstop battle, starts at second, and falters, bang, DJ right into second base, Volpe down to the minors, if you had to do something like that. If Peraza flops and Volpe is not ready either, now you put Correa at shortstop, okay? There's going to be different machinations here. You got to be ready for this, dude.
Go ahead.
Correa goes to shortstop. Cabrera, who's on the team, he's basically a young, youthful Marwin Gonzalez, who clearly is gone as well. Now, here's the other thing to this. If you cannot trade Gleyber Torres for an arm that is desirable, I am prepared, and I like the player I'm about to bring up. And I know he's got a no trade. Stop tweeting me. I know this. You trade Stanton, but the way you incentivize somebody to take Stanton, A, you eat 30% of the money, and B, you attach a top prospect outside of Volpe to the Stanton package, which then gets you either a lefty hitter or a young, explosive arm. When you throw all this together, around the horn, Rizzo, Volpe, Peraza, Correa, we know the catchers, Benintendi, Bader, and you've got Judge and Wright, you've got DJ as a swing guy, and we got Cabrera as a swing guy. And we go to battle.
And your center fielder
That's the team.
Is Bader. Your left fielder is Benintendi.
Yes.
Okay, so question. What are you doing with Josh Donaldson?
I'm cutting him. He can't be on this team. He's not good enough.
All right, so
he's done.
I get what you're saying. Because Correa would be great to just be on the team. If he has to go to third, I think he would do that. He would be reluctant to go to third. But
if A-Rod did it, he can do it.
But he's doing it for a kid, as opposed.
That's true. Hey, don't let the details ruin my roadmap here, Barbara. Keep going.
I'm just putting some question marks around some things. So Correa at third might be a little bit tough because he'd be going to third, as I just said, for Anthony Volpe or Oswald Peraza, which I mean they're kids. I don't know if he would be.
Now, by the way, hold on. Now, if he's not amenable to that, and he might not be, then you sign him. He plays short. Cabrera and DJ play a lot of third, and then you just have Peraza and Volpe battle it out for second.
Okay,
continue.
So I had my Josh question.
Yes, gone.
The Hicks question.
Gone.
So you're basically that's Hicks has $20 million left.
Well, not per season.
No. Over the course of the deal,
does he get at least two? Does he have a third? He's making about $10-11 million a year. He's got over 20 mil.
It was two. I don't know for sure. But
I think you're right.
So
it could be
either
three.
way.
Double check that.
Either way, it's at least 20.
Either way, it's 2 or 3 years too many.
But either way, it's at least 20.
Yes,
that you're eating.
Yes.
Swallowing.
Yes.
Josh Donaldson, you're eating 25.
Yes.
So that's 45.
Now, by the way, real quick, when I say eat, that means I will shave off a large percentage and maybe save 5, 6, 7. I don't know that you eat every penny.
Yeah.
That won't be required.
Yeah, because you don't
continue.
You don't need to in this.
You don't need to
in this scenario. And now you got Stanton.
Yes.
Who you're also. I mean, nobody's taking his deal.
Only if you can't trade Torres. Like if the Torres thing doesn't work out, then you've got to still find you need another electric arm.
Okay, so here's what we have. We're assuming we're signing Aaron Judge, and if not, this is a completely different situation.
Yes.
But assuming we're signing Aaron Judge, you're going to eat Josh Donaldson's contract, gone. You're going to eat Aaron Hicks's contract. That one's gone.
Correct.
That's a lot of money.
Yep. They have
Stanton,
it all.
You're going to have to swallow just a little bit of it, I'm assuming, because you have if you can't trade Torres. So it's a lot of money.
That's right.
For the Yankees, who for the last 3 to 5 years have not wanted to overspend or misutilize money. Who's doing this? Is this Hal saying this?
It's usually the owner.
Or is it Cashman saying, Hal, we have to do this? Like, how is this getting done? Because they've consistently proven that they're not willing to go these extra miles with their money.
Which is infuriating, but we're past that point. Now we're in the business of getting solutions. So to answer your question, how does this happen? I'll tell you, you've got to have, number one, clarity, and then you've got to look in the mirror, and this starts with Cashman, because I believe that, certainly, listen, he doesn't have an unlimited checkbook. We know that clearly. But I believe that when Cashman goes with a baseball plan, Hal almost, if not always, listens to it. So Brian Cashman's got to look. Brian Cashman has not earned that. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not actually kidding, but he's staying, so we need to adjust and pivot off that. Brian Cashman needs to understand and swallow his pride and go and knock on Hal's door and say, hey, boss, I messed up with this. I messed up with that. I misread this, and I misread that. And the only way to get to where we all need to get soon is for you to allow me to make these mistakes go away by eating some money. That's it. That's why, if you remember, I started this whole conversation. Everybody's fixated on the additions.
Yeah.
It's got to start with the deletions. These guys cannot be on the team. Donaldson's done. Hicks is useless. That's it. Now, and I don't care what anybody says to me. They are wrong. And I know this is an opinion-driven medium. I get all that. But if you really think that what I just said about Donaldson and Hicks, that you subscribe to a different point of view, you don't know baseball. I cannot waste my time with you. I will not even have a conversation with you.
By doing this, you're making at least 3 of their infielders or their position players young guys, young players.
Well,
right?
2 of them are already on the roster, played in a playoff game. I'm going to trust them enough to play against the Royals in April. You bet your ass I am.
The Yankees haven't gone on a youth movement in a long time, like a really long time.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And
sometimes it's painful.
By the way, it worked.
Yes.
The last time they did it.
Correct.
That was years ago. I mean,
Correct.
It was back when I was still playing. I think it was back before I even got here, before I was playing. So
but it was augmented by veterans. You had Boggs, you had Charlie Hayes, you even had like Spike, Mike Gallego, Spike Owen. I mean, you had some guys early. I'm talking about with Buck.
Yeah.
That kind of O'Neill, and then, of course, the good players. But the young guys were insulated, and I think these young guys be insulated.
So as I think about your plan.
By Judge and Rizzo and Benintendi and some other guys.
Kind of in real time, because I was listening to you pre-meeting, but not really paying attention to what you were saying, kind of on purpose.
Appreciate that,
but as I think about this, you know what this does? It creates runway for us to stop yelling at Brian Cashman.
Yeah, I can't yell anymore. I really need answers
but that's
at
what
this
I mean.
point.
It allows us. So you say, all right, we're going to get rid of the problems.
Yep.
That we all as fans perceive as problems. Josh Donaldson, Aaron Hicks, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
Torres, if we want to move off of him. You get rid of the problems. You sign Judge, so you placate all the 99 jersey wearers in the stadium and in the ballpark, the kids who want to see him, put the fat heads up on the wall and everything else.
Yeah.
You find a way to keep these young players moving forward, which gives you runway. Because all we've been clamoring for are the young players that come up. Let's let us see, right? Just let them play, and we'll figure. And if they stink, we'll find something else to do. But you've been talking about the farm system for years now. Let's actually see it come to fruition, and it gives you runway. And now we can't scream at Brian Cashman anymore because he's done everything we've said.
Yeah,
or at least
pretty much.
Wanted.
And listen, if this doesn't work, then I'll take the L.
But it's better.
Granted, I won't feel the vitriol that he'll feel.
It's better
than
taking the L as a team in the championship series every year to the Houston Astros.
Listen, you're right. Bottom line is this, Deke. It is like they need to change how they do things. They just have to. And if they are not going to cut the check like they did back in 2009 for the 3 players that helped them win a World Series, then they've got to be prepared to, really run these kids out there, 400 or 500 at bats, insulate them with the vets, the Judges, the Benintendis, the Baders, obviously Rizzo, the catchers, Correa. You got to spend some money to bring some guys in, but you almost might have to spend more to get rid of guys. It's just not going to work. If Josh Donaldson's back on this team, he's going to have no shot to succeed. I mean, nobody, and it's not personal. Really, I think most of you guys understand that. It's not personal with Hicks, even though sometimes it sounds it with some people. It's just broken. And when it's this broken, I think it requires a radical overhaul. And there's my overhaul. So instead of yelling like most people, it is voting day. I come with solutions, Barber.
Go vote, everyone.
That's right.
Go vote.
That's right. And if we have to tell you to go vote, I mean, do you really care about the world at this point? I mean, come on.
No.
All right. Tiki Tierney on the Fan inside of our Town Fair Tire studio. Friends at Town Fair remind you that you always get the guarantee lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. 877-337-6666. There's the plan. You might love it. You might hate it. Your call is coming up next on The Fan.